a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Dana Delany. Dana Wells Delany is an American film, stage, and television actress, producer, presenter, and health activist. Delany has been active in show business since the late 1970s. Following small roles early in her career, Delany garnered her first leading role in 1987 in the short-lived NBC sitcom Sweet Surrender, and achieved wider fame in 1988-1991 as Colleen McMurphy on the ABC television show China Beach, for which she won 2 Primetime Emmy Awards. She received further recognition for her performances in the films Light Sleeper, Tombstone, Exit to Eden, The Margaret Sanger Story, Fly Away Home, True Women, and Wide Awake. Since the mid-1990s, Delany has served on the board of the Scleroderma Research Foundation. In the 2000s, Delany returned to television with a string of short-lived television series beginning with Pasadena, Presidio Med, and Kidnapped. From 2007 to 2010, Delany played Catherine Mayfair on the ABC series Desperate Housewives. In the 2010s, from 2011 to 2013, Delany played the lead role of Megan Hunt on the ABC drama series Body of Proof. From 2014 to 2017, she played a co-starring role as Crystal Harris in the Amazon drama series Hand of God, which had been ordered to full series by Amazon Studios in October 2014. More recently, in 2015, she had a recurring guest role in the short-lived FX sitcom The Comedians as Julie, the wife of Billy Crystal, playing a fictionalized version of himself. On July 23, 2015, the series was cancelled after 1 season. Delany is also a voice actress. She played Lois Lane in the DC animated universe as well as in the Batman animated series. In an interview, she said she loves to play complicated characters. Early life. Delany was born in New York City, the daughter of Mary and Jack Delany. She has a sister, Corey, and a brother, Sean. She is of Irish and English descent and was raised Roman Catholic. She has stated that, even as a child, she always wanted to go into acting. The reason a person first gets into acting is because you want attention from your parents as a child, she told a reporter. In her childhood, she went with her family to many Broadway shows and was fascinated by films. After growing up in Stamford, Connecticut, she attended Phillips Academy in Andover, Massachusetts, for her senior year and was a member of the school's first co-educational class, which included jazz composer Bill Cunliffe, software executive Peter Curry, artist Julian Hatton, poet Carl Kirchwey, writer Nate Lee, editor Sarah Nelson, restaurateur Priscilla Martell, and sculptor Gar Waterman. Andover was the best time of my life, she recalled. She played the lead role of Nellie Forbush in the school's spring musical production of South Pacific opposite Peter Capetan as Emile. She commented, "It was just a little awkward to be Nellie at first, because she hesitates to marry Emile since he had once lived with a Polynesian woman. I don't agree with her reasoning, so that made things a bit hard at the beginning." She appeared in a student video directed by classmate Jonathan Meath in a film class taught by Steve Marks. She graduated in 1974 with the academic honor of cum laude, which was awarded to 80 out of 378 graduating seniors. She majored in theater at Wesleyan University, worked in summer stock productions during vacations, and graduated in 1978. Later, in an interview, she reported that she sometimes had eating disorders during this time of her life. She said, "I binged. I starved. I was one step from anorexia. A piece of toast and an apple would be all I would eat in a day." 1980s, stage, television, China Beach. After college, she found acting work in New York City in daytime soap operas. She starred in the Broadway show A Life, and won critical acclaim in 1983 in Nicholas Kazan's off-Broadway Blood Moon, where the New York Times cited her skillful verisimilitude, handling a difficult part requiring 2 roles, and she does them both with authority. Delany moved to Hollywood and, during the next few years, found work guest starring in TV shows like Moonlighting and Magnum. P.I. Dana Delany's first audition for the lead role of nurse Colleen McMurphy was unsuccessful. "They thought I wasn't pretty enough," she said in an interview, but heeding advice from director Paul Schrader, who had directed her in the film Patty Hearst, she cut her long tresses into a bob. and re-auditioned with this new haircut successfully after the producers lost their first choice. She won the lead role on the critically acclaimed China Beach, which appeared weekly from 1988 to 1991 and brought intense media attention to the actress. This role not only garnered 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, but 2 additional Primetime Emmy Award nominations and 2 Golden Globe Award nominations. The show ended after 4 seasons in 1991. 1990s, movies, television, voice. In 1991, Dana Delany was chosen by People magazine as one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. In the years following China Beach, Delany worked steadily in television, movies and theatre. In addition, she established herself as a significant voice talent. Delany won leading roles in a string of feature films such as the TV movie A Promise to Keep, Light Sleeper, House Sitter, and Fly Away Home, as well as appearing in the TV miniseries Wild Palms. She also took on controversial roles, such as Mistress Lisa in Exit to Eden, where one film critic commented, "The script was awful, Dana looked great." Delany commented in a 2008 interview about the audience reaction, "I had already got pilloried for playing the Exit to Eden dominatrix after China Beach, because audiences had a certain image of me as Colleen and didn't want to see it change." The provocatively titled Live Nude Girls included frank discussion by women of their sexual fantasies at a bachelorette party using a low-budget improvisational comedy format with strong chemistry between the actors. Reviews were mixed. Los Angeles Times critic Richard Natale liked the film, but wrote older male film executives believed it to be uncommercial. Another critic agreed it was genuine girl talk, but didn't have a lot of substance, and viewers don't get to know the characters in the film. She also starred as Margaret Sanger in the TV movie Choices of the Heart, the Margaret Sanger story, about a controversial nurse who crusaded for women's reproductive rights in the early 1900s. In 1995, Delany appeared in the Broadway show Translations, and in May 1997, Delany returned to her alma mater Phillips Academy to work with theatre students as an artist in residence. She appeared in TV movies such as True Women and Resurrection. In 1998, Delany reportedly turned down the role of Carrie Bradshaw in the hit TV show Sex and the City. She commented in a subsequent interview, "The show's creator Darren Star asked me to play Carrie. Darren got the idea of televising Candace Bushnell's Sex and the City from seeing me and Kim in Live Nude Girls." Delany declined the role partly after remembering the negative audience reaction she received with a similar film, Exit to Eden, a few years back. Sex and the City became a successful series, and the role of Carrie made Sarah Jessica Parker world famous. Delany played a gun-toting mother in an episode of the TV series Family Law, for which she earned a Primetime Emmy Award nomination. But the series was not rerun due to sponsorship withdrawal. Voice acting. Dana Delany has performed substantial voice work periodically. She portrayed Andrea Beaumont in the 1993 animated feature film Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, based on the popular TV show Batman, the animated series. Delany's voice performance in the film impressed filmmakers and led to her being cast as Lois Lane in Superman, the animated series. She was also mentioned by name in one variation of the theme song of Animaniacs, another Warner Brothers production. She reprised her role as Lois Lane for the character's guest appearances in Justice League Unlimited, and The Batman. She returned to the DC Universe in an episode of Batman, The Brave and the Bold as VLC, an alternate universe variation of Lois Lane. She reprised her role in the 2013 animated movie, Justice League: The Flashpoint Paradox. 2000s, television, movies, stage, Desperate Housewives. Delany continued to find work in a variety of projects, doing pilots, TV series, made-for-TV movies, and feature films. She appeared in the NBC drama Good Guys/Bad Guys, which Newsweek termed a Sopranos knockoff. She appeared in the short-lived Pasadena, a critically acclaimed Fox production which was under-promoted and endlessly preempted, and described as a twisted rich family saga, with a great cast. Delany commented in an interview, "You can see Pasadena as a black comedy or see it as really tragic. A lot of soaps on television now don't have that layer of tragedy to them. She was an actor and co-executive producer of the film Final Jeopardy! New York Daily News TV critic David Bianculli gave a positive review to both her performance as an actor. Delaney, as always, does pensive and independent better than most actresses, and as a producer. She played a doctor in the TV series Presidio Med, described as a conventional but pleasant drama populated by characters dedicated to medicine who also have messy personal lives. She appeared in TV movies such as A Time to Remember and Baby for Sale. She appeared in feature films by indie film producers, such as The Outfitters, Mother Ghost, and Spin. Returning to theater, she played a Nazi and incompetent woman who questions the imposed conventions of society. After discovering her husband's affair in the Pulitzer Prize-winning Dinner with Friends, her performance earned positive reviews generally. She played Beatrice in Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. One critic described the verbal sparring between Delaney and actor Billy Campbell as a joy. From 2004 to 2006, Delaney played many guest roles on TV shows, such as Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, Boston Legal, Kojak, Related, The L Word, and Battlestar Galactica. She also starred in the short-lived TV series Kidnapped. One critic wrote, "Delaney is alternately furious and despondent as Ellie, and she and Hutton can do more without words than other actors can do with pages of dialogue. They're absolutely convincing as rich, complicated Manhattanites and as parents who come face to face with the scary reality that they can't always protect their kids." Delaney appeared as herself in the TV documentary Vietnam Nurses with Dana Delaney, which explored their lives and treatment after returning to the United States. Delaney has become something of a heroine to the nurses who served in Vietnam, according to Los Angeles Times writer Susan King, who noted that the actress worked on a nationwide nurse recruitment program in 1990 called the McMurphy Project. In 2007, Delaney appeared in the films A Beautiful Life, Camp Hope, and Multiple Sarcasms. Delaney initially declined the offer to play one of the four Desperate Housewives' principal characters, Bree Vanderkamp, saying it was too similar to her role on Pasadena. The show became a popular primetime soap opera with substantial ratings. But in 2007 she was again offered a role by producer Mark Cherry, this time as a supporting housewife, and she joined the cast of the well-established series for the 2007-08 season. Reaction to the addition of Delaney was positive. One critic wrote, "Casting Dana Delaney as Catherine Mayfair in Season 4 is one of the smartest things Cherry has ever done. Not many actors can deftly deliver both comedy and drama, but Delaney makes it look easy." She commented about playing housewife Catherine Mayfair. "The hardest thing for me was figuring out the tone of the piece, because it's such a specific tone, so it was more of an acting challenge than anything else." She commented in 2008, "I hope that she doesn't lose her snarkiness, because that's always fun to play." On May 13, 2008, it was announced that Delaney would reprise her role on Desperate Housewives for Season 5, having been promoted to the sixth lead. Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?